I don't know if you see him, man. Kristen Miller just went pro for track and field, but he went pro. I don't know if he has deals on the line. This is the first time I've seen this. He declared he's pro without a shoe company or a brand behind him. Now, usually when a kid or somebody of that age declares when they're going pro, they usually thank the sponsor that helped them do it. Hashtag Nike, hashtag Adidas, hashtag New Balance, hashtag On Run, whoever. You know what I mean? But he declared he is going pro, but he doesn't have a shoe brand behind him. What do you think about him turning pro at 18 years old? Was this a good move, or should he went to UGA and University of Georgia?
First of all, shout outs to Carol, Coach Carol over at UGA. She's doing an amazing job with her athletes. She's brought in a new class of athletes. Riley Hampton, who also is a hurdler. She's going to be there as well. And the Trinidad twins, female sprinters that's going to be out there, and a couple other athletes that's going to be out there too. She does an amazing job. Now with C. Millie, I'm taking a page out of your book. You always talk about ratios, right? You talk about how if you run 1.9 seconds, then that's not your ratio. That means you're not a 9-second runner. This kid done ran 3 to 4 9 seconds this season, right? Mm-hmm. So it's fair to say he's a 9-second runner, right?
Yes.
So there's people out there who are professionals who work very hard to even crack 9 seconds. I think he should go pro. That's my opinion. I think he should go pro because he's already meeting the criterias. I think that whoever signs him gives him an extended contract with a grace period in that contract to where he can get acclimated to travel, to eating different foods, to understanding what it is, inner workings of really being a professional athlete. Because now times have changed. You're not going to compete like a high school runner or even a college runner at that, where you run yourself into shape and then the world sees you run 9 seconds. You have to practice diligently, hard, and you have to be focused because when that curtain goes up, we're trying to see 9 seconds, your first race out or something close to it, right? So that's what we're looking for. So I think to give him a grace period of maybe a couple of years, right? An Olympic cycle or so, and then say, okay, we're not going to reduce you, but we're going to keep you flowed in the system. And then now 2028 comes around, you're going to make this Olympic team or any world championships after that. That's what we're looking to see. So you are making him the future, whatever shoe sponsor that's going to sign him, make him the future. You know what I'm saying? You have to protect him, but also you at the same time, you have to push him to keep being consistent and keep doing better. So go pro. That's what I say. Because you go to college, you're going to run you in the ground. Sorry to say. And not saying that UGA is or any other. I'm talking about collegiate system, period. You're going to be in that 4x1. You're going to be in that 200. You're going to be in that 100. You might be in that 4x4 too. So that's going to burn you out. And people are going to only look at the bad times you ran instead of being amazed about the standardly good times that you are going to run.
I think that's definitely a good take. I don't disagree with you at all. I think he's already running with the guys have ran at NCAAs. I mean, when you look at his ability, he is, if you match him up now, he would be one of the best kids, if not the best, in college once he's entered in. And we both know track is all about what have you done for me lately. So I think, him trying to take his chances now because him changing coaches, even though Carroll is definitely a test and tried coach, you don't know what you can get, what variables can change that can take his stock down. So I think he's kind of trying to strike while the iron's hot, which is not a bad idea. This is my only suggestions. If education is still important to him and his parents, whatever shoe company they bargain with, they bargain that amount of money for whatever school he wants to go to. They do that. 2, they get a team for the team. They let this young man know exactly what you just said. Things are not going to be well within his comfort zone for him to run 9 seconds like he did. He was in the continental United States. He will have to be prepped on somebody telling him how to travel, what to wear when he travels, the long flights, the not having the foods he likes. All this is the being a part of a pro. You know what I mean? As far as, therapy, physical therapy, chiropractic work, who is going to walk him through this gauntlet, and who is going to be his agent to kind of walk him through these things. You know what I mean? I know you have a company, Gatlin Consultants, who handled that. You know what I mean? He could DM you if he would like some of that. But I suggest that he get all these a team in place for Christian Miller, because what he is about to embark on, he doesn't even realize what that journey is going to look like. So you definitely would want to talk to somebody who's been through it, i.e. if it's not Justin, Allison Felix, somebody of that nature who turned pro at a young age, the young girl who was signed by ASICS.
Candace Hill.
Kaylin Whitney, Tamari Davis. You know what I mean? Some of these kids who have turned pro in high school, they could kind of walk him through and kind of shorten his learning curve so he can be great at trying to be a pro and be the future.
You made a good point, man, because for whatever reason, track and field, we don't communicate as athletes when it comes to business. It's like we always keep our cards close to our chest, and we think we want y'all to believe what you think, which is, oh, we making good money. I got the kid on. Obviously, that means I'm making good money. Like, we know, and not a lot of athletes making that high percentage of money, or they're not valued at the level they should be valued. I think athletes should get together while they're eating lunch or dinner or whatever like that and start talking business, start talking shop. You know what I'm saying? Be a little more transparent. I'm not telling you to tell anybody what's in your bank account, but at the same time, I'll give you a perfect example. I heard through the grapevine that when Fred left Nike to go to ASICS, he consulted Bracy on how to negotiate with Nike. And that helped Bracy get one of the best contracts he's ever had, because he knew that was money left on the table. And he was told how to be able to work that system and to be successful in that system when it came to negotiation. Now, this is what I hear. I don't know the interworkings of it or how it came out, but it became successful for both of them. So I think that's a perfect example of how athletes should get together and start talking more business. We don't have a union. We don't have anybody to protect us. We only have ourselves. So we need to be able to transfer information back and forth to each other as a union would, so we can be able to protect each other and we can be able to rise and become more professional, because the system is always going to keep us in a certain spot as athletes, and they're going to let 1%ers get enough money and become the stars, and they're going to promote them. But the whole world track and field right now in this day and age should rise. There's enough money out there for everybody.